Time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Back in Memphis, the Grizzlies tip off the beginning of a homestand. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
Yeah, interconference matchup, two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. The athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt, and it's Bullock in at the three. You know, right around, Chris, this time of year, often top contenders begin to separate themselves from the rest of the teams.
Yeah, now is when guys start feeling comfortable. They're getting into their groove, Kevin. This is when they're getting their mojo back, and they're in their roles, and they got their time, and now you just have to let the ability show through. And how do you do that? By realizing that you're muscle memory, realizing that you practice, realizing that you put in the hours, trusting that, and now going out and just being yourself and embracing it.
No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Anderson. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Smith scanning the floor. Down low. Here's Griffin. Bullock passes to Smith. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kennard. Over AI. Kennard's shot is off.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
A pass to Gasol. And it's sent back by Drummond.
And throughout his career, Drummond has averaged more than a block per game. He really goes all out on defense.
Jumps up, and AI throws it down. Well, you can talk to anyone involved with this franchise, and they'll all tell you the player putting the most hours in the gym is AI. He is always there.
And AI knows that it's the best way to make sure he keeps improving his game. The moment you stop trying to improve in the NBA is the moment the league passes you by.
And AI throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
And Drummond kicks to Griffin. They get a hand on it, and stolen by AI. Jackson has the open look, and again it's Memphis with the three.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line. A big factor in the outcome.
I mean, come on. How are you going to win on the road if you can't capitalize what's being handed right to you?
Smith kicks to Drummond. Back to Smith. Left side, Griffin. Pass to Kennard. And here's Bullock, guarded by Jackson. Shot clock at 5. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And what an athlete this guy is. Griffin making dunking look so easy.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Reyes, the pass to Anderson. Conley up top. AI outside. The pass to Anderson. Kicks to Conley. Tries it from 19. AI with the bucket. AI's got 9 points.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Now, here is Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Over Conley. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Down by 12. The Pistons working the ball around now. Griffin kicks to Kennard. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
This is what you get from Griffin. Very willing to give it up to his open teammates.
Gasol passes to Reyes. And stolen by Drummond. Now Detroit moving it up. Griffin leading the charge. Passes it to Kennard. Now here's Bullock. He's covered by Anderson. Nailed from three-point land.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yeah, I'm with you. Disgraceful performance and an issue that might be tricky to fix.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Parsons comes in for Jackson. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Harrison in for Mike Conley. And a different look here for the Pistons. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Lure comes in for Blake Griffin. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Jackson in for Ish Smith.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Kennard kicks to Pachulia. The dish to Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Reggie Jackson, drafted by the Thunder with the 24th pick in 2011. Now, despite
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Jackson burned some bridges on his way out of Oklahoma City. Some felt he put himself before the team.
But it worked out financially. I mean, a 5-year, $80 million contract. I mean, it's doubtful the Thunder could have afforded it. But from that standpoint, hard to knock him.
Jackson down low with Gasol. AI is out there with Conley. And it's Anderson in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Rockets delivered quite a performance. He scored 34 points, and the basket must have looked huge to him. He made 3 after 3 to pile up the points. He played a tremendous all-around game, and I love to see that type of effort. We'll see if he can maintain that kind of energy tonight.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Oh, yeah. Once he got him on the ropes, he never let them off the hook. It was full-speed energy basketball at its greatest.
No good on that one. C-Webb, the Pistons from 2003 to 2008 with 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals and 1 title. But in the decades since, only 2 playoff appearances and 0 playoff wins.
Well, yeah, think about it. The 2004 title team was led by Joe Dumars, who won championships back-to-back with the Pistons. You need that type of lineage. Think about Boston, Danny Ainge. Think about the Lakers with Magic Johnson. Well, the Pistons need that type of consistency. They need a leader. The Pistons, once again, hoping to find that magic in chemistry.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
And here's Griffin. 20 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. 3-pointer. Gasol with the rebound.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive.
A nice shot by Anderson.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Griffin, no one around him, makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Griffin's got 6 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Reggie Jackson. Every year there seem to be a few rookies, C-Web, who immediately show that they should have been drafted a lot higher. Why is there the difficulty in placing these guys where they should be drafted? Why are evaluations sometimes wrong?
Evaluations, they can be so iffy because of a team skill set. I tell a lot of players when they come into the NBA, don't be frustrated after your first year or second year if you haven't played the way that you want. In order to be a great basketball player, you have to have a great situation. A team that needs you to do certain things at certain times that you can do for them. And so I think why evaluating is so hard is because you're evaluating the player and then evaluating the unknown, how they fit in with these different pieces that have already been established on your team. And that's kind of the wild card. You can know if a guy can shoot, dribble, pass, but how does it work with the other players on the team? So there's some GMs that have missed out on a lot of great talent, but you can't beat them all up because there's so many moving parts into this evaluation that usually it's easier to get it wrong than right.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Smith kicks to Griffin. Rejected by Gasol.
Hasn't been his best this quarter.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
Drummond finds Griffin. Over Conley. Griffin's shot is off.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
And it's AI missing.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, is still searching for that second.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. And he comes up with the deuce. And it's 8 points for Blake Griffin.
A big problem for the defense inside. I mean, once Griffin gets established, he's comfortable shooting the ball.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Stolen by Jackson. Gasol with the steal. AI outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The Grizzlies had made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. Free throw good, AI. And both free throws good for AI.
Well, finally, he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
Smith outside. And that one drops. And that's now 10 points for Blake Griffin.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies in very good shape with a 20. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from AI.
Yeah, the kind of leadership he provides, the pinpoint passing, we saw it all there on display in that first half.
Well, as a finisher, you're expected to play in that kind of environment because you know you can get the ball at any time.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Detroit, the big men are Griffin and Drummond. Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt. And it's Bullock in at the 3 spot. The shot's good from Kennard.
I mean, for a big man, Griffin is a great passer, consistent at getting the ball to his guys.
Memphis leading by 22. Blake Griffin, the focal point offensively, but he's not just a scorer. Chris, he's one of the most gifted passers that you'll see among NBA big men.
I mean, one of the top assist men in the entire league. He's a great lob passer. I mean, that ability to create for teammates really enhances his offensive impact.
No good with the triple.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Conley, the pass to Reyes. Back to Conley. Anderson dishes to AI. Here's Gasol. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Drummond. Here's Kennard. He's guarded by AI. Kennard kicks to Smith. Outside Griffin. Pass to Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Reyes, the pass to Anderson. And finished off by Gasol.
Sheer determination. I mean, Gasol hustles to the ball. He converts off the miss.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And the talk in their huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Parsons is checked in. Pachulia, he's checked in for the Pistons. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Griffin finds Pachulia. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got his 5th assist in this one. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. To the paint, Pachulia with the steal. From the line, will not go. This is off the front iron. Memphis has gotten 2/3 of their 3-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. And another turnover here by Memphis. Some changes for Memphis. Caspi comes in for Jackson. There's 49 seconds left in the third. That one goes. Count it.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Now here's Jackson. D right on him. Inside. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Look, a big man with major ups. I mean, Griffin wants to use his athleticism as much as possible.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit.
He's done almost no damage from 3-point range in this game. No threes in this half and only 1 in the first.
And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
AI, no good. Here's Kennard. Stolen by Anderson. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Brooks is out there with AI. And it's Green in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Anderson dishes to AI. No good on the triple.
His 3-point game hasn't been there for him today, but don't sleep on him. At any moment, he could get his touch back.
And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his first foul. Stolen by Jackson.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Look, that matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first. Now he's got 1 in the second.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Griffin looking it over. Pass to Kennard. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That'll be his second foul of the game. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well.
Right.
Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Great perspective on that time. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Brooks checked in for the Grizzlies. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Lure. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Grizzlies have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Reyes. And that one's on target from the wing. AI's got 8 here in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Jackson passes to Griffin. To end the run. And Lure gets it to go. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. There's the lob to the hoop.
Oh, I love how Caspi is always looking to score the ball. He feels comfortable from just about anywhere on the court.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. The pass to Griffin. Each team has one inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Web, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
The shot's good from Gasol.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Oh, I know this feeling. They're in that special zone where you feel untouchable. They haven't missed in a while.
Jackson finds Griffin. Passes it to Pachulia. 5 to shoot. Pistons passing it around. From outside the arc. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. Count that one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for AI.
He had those defenders shaking their heads. There were times when they thought they had a handle on him. And then just like that, he'd go off on another tear.
And he banks in the layup. AI's got 31 points.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
To the inside. Griffin down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
AI dishes to Gasol. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin kicks to Jackson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, man, what amazing speed and body control by Jackson. Once he penetrates inside, he's searching for the foul on his shot.
And so he hits both. Here's Reyes. lays it up off the glass.
I tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely, yes, sir. I think it's definitely something we should talk about. Maybe Monday, yeah? All right. Yo, what up, Star?
You tell me.
All right, I think the rest of the world just realized that the best talent is still homegrown. Go ahead and shower up. I got somebody I want you to meet.
What, now? We just played a game.
I wouldn't be asking you if it wasn't important.
Oh, man.
You know, hey, just go on. Keep being that same kid I cracked over at Dykeman. I'll still come visit you when you playing ball in Ukraine.
All right. Yeah, you cold dude. Who we talking to?
Let's just say it's time to talk shoes.
Yo, are you serious? You got me a meeting with Jordan?
Yo, I told you it was important.
You could have said so from the jump, man. Give me 2 minutes.
Hey, I'm gonna see you outside.